Um, Opening remarks, man. I'm proud of these dudes. I'm proud of them. There was a lot to be said about this group of guys, man. They're special. It's never been done to go back to back in school history. It's never been done. They'll forever be known as the team to do that. There was a lot of talk through our off season and 7-on-7s and all the way back from February, man, when the comments that were made were that we weren't the same team from last year. All right, there's been a lot of people who have made those comments. All right, people, fans, writers, analysts. We're not the same team from last year. And these guys carried that. When you say not the same team from last year, we just want to be able to flip the conversation because we want to know what was meant by that. Is it to say that we weren't as good as the last year team? Because facts say otherwise, whoever takes those stats and notes. These guys had to go through 3 contenders that were supposed to knock us off this year, and Warwick, Kings Fork, and Green Run. They're supposed to knock us off. These guys didn't allow that to happen. I think last year's run, and there's no disrespect to my last year's team, but I think it was an easier run through the playoffs. I think we had a tougher challenge this year, getting through the playoffs. As far as games, other notes comparing to both teams. We had a point score in one game that was higher than any team, 2019 and 23 that won it. Highest amount of points in the game. Let's even go to the other facts of them not allowing over 14 points in any game this season. Any game. There was never a team that scored more than 14 points on this crew. There was on the 19 team and there was on the last year's team. A few. Neither one of those teams, 19 and 23, pitched a shutout in the state championship game. And this team did. It was said that because coaches went elsewhere, that we weren't going to be back here. It was said because players decided to be elsewhere, that we weren't going to be in this spot, and we're here and got it done. That doesn't happen without these guys, and that's why I got some of these guys here. Everybody's going to mention the Aries and the Torreys and the Kendall Daniels and those guys like that, but like I told somebody earlier, the program is not the program, and we're not where we're at without the Dylan Goes, the Corey Jacobs, the Leslie Hines. Like, those are the names that don't get talked about enough to me, but they're damn important to me. And that's the reason why the program stays the way it is, because of guys like that. All right, everybody's going to keep mentioning those same names, but it's guys like that's right here behind me, and obviously some other guys in the locker room, Quavian Morris, all of them guys that are just team guys. That's the reason why the program stay what it is. It's because we got a bunch of team guys that can be elsewhere doing whatever, going to get their own individual situation going, but they stay here to make a 30-0 run. All right, and I appreciate those guys. Everybody's going to talk about those certain names, but I want Leslie, I want Dylan, I want Corey Jacobs, I want Cam Simmons, I want Quay, I want all of them guys to know how much they were important to myself and the coaching staff. They're important to us. Even though everybody else wants to talk about those other names, those guys are important, and that's why the program is what it is. And that's why these guys were able to go on a 30-0 run and go back-to-back. It's never been done in school history, and everybody counted them out. All right, until we started getting it later on in the season, and now we're supposed to win every game. We were counted out, and these guys know that. We want to be able to stand on the table here and say that. I appreciate these guys. Those are really my comments on the game, man. They pitched a shutout and haven't got scored more than 14 points in the game all year. So we just want to know what that conversation is now. I'm speaking for the players. I'm speaking strictly for the players. We just want to know what the conversation is now when they say this team isn't last year's team. What was meant by that is what we're trying to get answered now. And that's for anybody who wants to write, talk about, figure that out. But we want to be able to stand on the table and figure that out today.
All right, guys, that's great. Focus on the game questions. You can get into that, more of those details on a later time. Focus on the game.
On the game for any of your defensive guys, be it Dylan or CJ or one of your defensive guys we'll talk about coming in, I know their quarterback power is such a big deal with Brady running the football for them, their QB Carmichael, and Ari was out today. Did your roles change at all, and what was part of the game plan in shutting down their attack today? Who wants to go first? And
just stepping up as a team. You know, we had one guy down. One guy down made us go harder, go even harder in practice. And that's what we got to shut out today.
CJ?
I feel like we're prepared. We prepared like no other at practice. You know, the scout team give us a great look every time, and they show us like what other teams look like. So, I really want to thank them. So, like, but we knew what was coming in this game, and my guys, we came up to show up.
Dylan?
Young guys were able to step up. 50 Samuel Woods, he was able to step up and make some plays today and fill that spot.
Coach, your opinion of what you saw there?
Yeah, and overall, man, I mean, like I said, Ari was a big blow to us. You know, more than just his ability, it's his leadership that he brings to the table. But him being on the sideline was enough for us. This is a bunch of guys stepped up, man. But that's why the program is what it is, because of other guys being able to step up, man. Leslie Ball today. Think of Quay. And I could just name a bunch of names that did their thing today across the board. So we play a good brand. We play a good brand of team football on all phases. So it's just never a one-man show. And you know, Ari being out was what it was, but you know, he's happy that he's a back-to-back champion.
LeBron, 49-yard touchdown pass a minute into the game. Was there a thought coming in that you would have a chance to break that one open? And what did you and Torrey see on that play, if you can kind of describe it? Torrey, follow up.
This week, we knew what type game it was gonna be. We knew we was gonna throw the ball a lot. So you know, like during the week in practice, you know, we worked on that route specifically because we knew what type of play it was gonna be.
Torrey?
We really, going into this week, we knew the type of team we were going to play, and when Coach gave us the game plan for this week, he definitely let us know that he wanted to throw the ball today. So we took it in our own hands. We got up throughout the week, got extra time, and like Brian said, we worked on that route a lot this week.
Joy, talk about the third quarter. You guys, it was so close game at halftime. Third quarter, you guys went crazy. What was the key to that?
I feel like we just took it as a lesson in the first half to know that we should have been put the game away, and we came out at halftime and wanted to finish strong and make it look dominant. So I feel like we stepped up to the challenge.
I feel like to piggyback on that question, too, is, you know, the past two times that we've been here, or you talk about winning it and being here, the 19 team that won it, we got out. We didn't close the game how we wanted it to. We ended up closing it out. Same thing last year. We got up. We didn't close out the way we wanted to, but ultimately we won the game. This year, that was a point of emphasis, but that's experience being in these games and situations. It's to know how they play out. And a bunch of these guys have played in a bunch of those games. So it was more of that and understanding that, you know, we don't want to keep playing around because we'll keep somebody in the game.
Anything else for the players? Great. Thanks, guys.